Good morning, friends. The time is 8:31 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Sunday, January 19th, 2025. Of course, that is Monday, the 20th for our friends over there on the other side of the planet. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. My name's Lee. I'm pretty sure that you are you. Thank you for being members of Well, I Thought It Was Funny. You folks make this group amazing. Well, woke up this morning and we're at 488.4 thousand members. That's 488,400 members of Well, I Thought It Was Funny. We have two groups. That's our main group, the first group that we started. We do have a second group that is almost the same title. That one's sitting at 850 some members. Hoping to get that to 1,000 folks. If you aren't there already, take a look in our notes just above the video there. And there is a link to that newer site. If you feel so inclined, go over there and click to join. Why? When we get that one to 1,000 members, we are going to lock that one down as a private group and probably raise the level of the humor a bit, a little bit more adult themes. Nothing over the top, but just, a little more edgy. And we can also, it'll be easier for us to control who's a member of that group. So, somebody doesn't like funny stuff. Well, we can help them find a place that isn't funny because it won't be there. Just so happy with those numbers. Just amazing numbers, as I like to say. We're the funniest city on the internet, folks. So, cheers to you, folks. I say this all the time. I'm very tired this morning. I was at work for about 12 hours. I work in an arena, and I was working a Roughnecks game, which is a lacrosse game. But before that event, there was what they call a combine, which is basically young players trying to get discovered by coaches and by scouts. So there was that started early in the morning. So I was at the arena from about 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. last night. And I'm an old guy with a bad back and sore knees, but I managed to get in over 20,000 steps last night. And while I'm proud I got over the 20,000 steps, I'm paying for it right now with a sore back and sore knees, and I got to work this afternoon, so right back at her. Don't want you to feel sorry for me. Just gonna explain that's why I might be a little low energy, and it's not going to be a super long one, but I like to make sure I'm here every morning for you folks, because you folks are here every day for us. The least I can do is get up in the morning and make a video and just say thank you for being you, thank you for being awesome, and thank you for making the group awesome. And I'll have to work on using a word other than awesome, because if you folks drank every time I said awesome, one of you, or maybe a few of you, would probably have to go to the hospital with alcohol poisoning. So, not so awesome. Extraordinary. Why don't we get right to sharing a couple of memes that I found particularly funny this morning. Alright, so the first one is by Edward Mullin. We're going to bring that up right now. And it doesn't need a lot of talking here, so I'll just shut up and let you read. I don't know about you, but I've done this countless times in my life. And thank you, Edward. You're always one of our top 10 posters, and you haven't failed us yet. And once again, here's a quality meme. All right, so our second meme I'm sharing today is from Bebe Takara. And I absolutely love this. If any of you know me, one thing I love is animals, especially cats, dogs, but anything. I'll pet an ant if I can, but I'll just shut up and share the meme. I love it. Beautiful dog, and that dog looks happy. All right. I want to say thank you very much, Richie. It's Richie Bebe Takara for that one. Awesome posts. Thank you both, Edward and Richard. These are awesome posts. That's what keeps the group good. So take that down. It's posts like that make the group funny, and keep them coming, folks. 488,400 members. I think we can keep them coming for a while. And that means we're heading for 500,000 too. And I'm going to be so excited to say we have 500,000 members here, folks. 500,000 amazing members. We're almost there. So things are moving along quite smoothly today. We're going to keep this one short because I do have to go to work early this afternoon. So I wonder what that means. I think it might mean that it's time for bad jokes. How does Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side. Where did the sheep go to get his haircut? To the Baba. Why don't cats tell a lot of stories? Well, they've only got one tail. A man goes into the pet store and orders 12 bees. The clerk carefully counts out 13 bees on the counter. The man goes, "Hey, that's one too many." The clerk goes, "Oh, that's a freebie." "How do trains eat?" "They choo-choo." Why didn't the skeleton go on the roller coaster? He didn't have the guts. What did the big chimney say to the little chimney? "You're too young to be smoking." Those two last jokes were from Gail, one of our amazing admins. Thank you so very much, Gail. Two walkie-talkies got married yesterday. The reception was amazing. Why do I drink coffee? I like to do my stupid stuff faster and with more energy. Yeah, once again, there's some bad jokes for you. A little bit shorter segment today, but I did provide you some bad jokes, and I said I was going to. And I'm going to provide you some more tomorrow. Although it is getting harder and harder every day for me to do this, because it's getting harder and harder to find jokes that I haven't told. So if you have some bad jokes out there that you haven't heard me tell, please send them in. Send them in to jokes@wellithoughitwas, or just DM me on this video with your jokes. However you got to do it. I want to see some jokes, please. If you've got them and you want to share them, I'll tell them and I'll give you credit if you want credit for a bad joke. I'm not going to steal your joke and not tell people where I got it from. So you'd be helping me out, and you'd probably be helping these videos out. Oh, I almost need some more coffee. Tell you what, folks, I'll be right back. It's time for me to get some coffee. Okay, I'm back with some coffee. As you can see, there's coffee in there. There was coffee before, but it was down about here. That's just not right. Alright, so once again, send me some jokes if you've got them, folks. I'm going to tell you that email address again. It's jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. I'll be looking for them, and if I do use your joke, I'm going to give you credit for it, as I said already. Okay. I swear, it's getting so hard to find jokes that I haven't told. So, a little wrap up here, of course, 488,400 members. Just a beautiful number to be talking about this morning. About a beautiful number that represents all you beautiful people, folks. Just amazing. So, gotta stop saying amazing. Incredible. It's incredible. You're making this guy feel very happy. And I was already happy. So, that's just even happier. So, cool. So I'm going to ask you the favor I ask you every day. And if you haven't watched this video, well, this is a favor I ask every day. When you're out and about today, folks, can you try to make somebody laugh? Make a few people laugh if you can. It might seem like something minor, but you never know. Making that person laugh, that might be the one thing they needed to just keep going that day. They might have been in a really dark place, and that little bit of light from that laughter, you might have just kept them going. You make somebody laugh, you've done something amazing, and we already know that you're amazing people, right? Absolutely. Thank you very much for spreading the laughter. That's what this group is about. It's all about laughter, and your posts make it happen. Every day this group gets better because you're sharing what you find funny. And first it was well, I thought it was funny. Now it's, well, we think it's funny. And that is a good evolution, a fantastic evolution. So cheers. Raise a cup to yourself, and let's get on to the slightly awkward portion of the video before we head out of here. Why is it awkward? Because A, I'm not a good salesperson, and B, I feel a little bit bad asking this, but I'm going to anyways. I'm the admin of this page. I'm the original admin. I'm the guy that created this page, but I also have 4 other admins and mods, and I think we're all doing a pretty good job. I know we put in a lot of time. I myself will put in 4 or 5 hours a day minimum, just curating your posts, making sure we keep as much of the garbage out as possible and keep as much as the good. Yeah, sometimes something slips in that shouldn't. Sometimes there's a scam poster or something like that. You let us know, we take care of it. My admins and my mods are also doing this. I know that they put in a lot of time every day. So what am I getting at? Well, we have a little thing. It's called Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. Now, it's not me specifically. It's for the entire group. But what it is, it's a service that if you feel like you'd like to help us out with this, and believe me, all this is completely optional. If you click that Buy Me a Cup of Coffee link that's in our notes, That brings you to a page where you can make a $5 donation towards us, $5 minimum. It is $5 US, I believe. And that would go a heck of a long way to helping us keep going with this. And don't worry, we're not threatening to get rid of the group or anything. But the amount of time that we put into the group now takes away from other things in life. And it takes away quite a bit from other things in life. So this is basically like having a job that doesn't pay. And of course, this is our decision to do this, and we love it. But if I can find a way to compensate my admins and mods, and maybe even myself a little bit, not as important to me as they are, I would love to be able to do that. And this Buy Me a Cup of Coffee is a way that we could possibly do that. If we get enough people purchasing this Buy Me a Cup of Coffee or making these donations, I can definitely compensate them for some of their time, and as I said, possibly compensate myself. To me, that's not as important as making sure that they know that appreciated, very appreciated for the work that they're doing. So if this is something that you see in your heart that you'd like to do, click that link. It is $5 minimum, and it goes directly towards helping us in the group here, making sure things keep going, and just sort of compensating for the amount of time they're putting in. I know it doesn't sound like much work to keep a Facebook group going, but it is a lot of work when you hit numbers like we've got, and you just don't want to open the floodgates and let in every piece of garbage along with every good piece of material. There's a lot of stuff that we can't share. A lot of it is scam posts, stuff like that, but most of it is quality stuff, but we have to go through and pick that stuff out. So that takes a lot of time. So that's why I'm asking, if it's something that you think you can do or want to do, I'm asking you to please click that Buy Us a Cup of Coffee if you can afford it and if you want to do it. But once again, I don't want anyone donating anything that they can't afford or if they don't want to. I'm not trying to guilt you into it, just letting you know what's going on. There are some other options though if you want to help us out though. We have a store, and we've got some cool products here. Let me show you our 3/4 sleeve shirt. Once again, you're going to be taking a look at my fat belly. My apologies, folks. If you watched yesterday's video, I kind of showed the same thing, but it was a different shirt. This is what I call our rock shirt, 3/4 sleeves. We have it in multiple colors. It's my favorite shirt that we have. And if anything, I'm an 80s metalhead, and these are the kind of shirts we had back in the 80s. You still get shirts like this too, but they're not as common. I love it. So, what am I saying? We've got these shirts for sale in our store. We've also got regular t-shirts, which I'll probably put a picture of up there. And then we've got hoodies, which I'll probably put a picture of right around there. And we got a tote bag. I'm not throwing out the picture of the tote bag today because it kind of looks weird in front of my face. But we do have a tote bag. It's an awesome tote bag. And let's not forget these amazing coffee cups. In fact, the new coffee cup looks better than this coffee cup. And I think this coffee cup looks really good. So, where can you get all this wonderful stuff? Well, you probably see there's a URL right here, a link right below here. That's one place to start. Now, you can't actually click that link on the video, but I do have that link in our notes. So if you'd like to see yourself in one of these shirts or one of our hoodies, or maybe drinking your coffee or your tea or your water or whatever out of a styling mug, click that link to our store and set yourself up with a shirt or a cup or a tote bag, and of course our hoodie. Our hoodie is just gorgeous. It is so thick it feels like you're wearing a hug, my friends. So if any of that interests you, check the store. If you just want to help us out and you don't need anything like that, please feel free to click that Buy Us a Cup of Coffee. Anything like that is going to help us. One of our top posters just got her shirt like this, but hers is in a different color. I think hers looks better than mine, so I might be ordering one in that color too. I'm not going to throw up a photo of it until I ask her to make sure it's okay. She did send in a photo, and the shirt looks fantastic. We really appreciate all your posts. You're coming here every day. You're sharing stuff. You're commenting. This is what makes our group fantastic, and we're excited every day to see how many people are here and what you're sharing with us. You've made this group amazing, and you're making it better every day. And you know what? Here's to 488,000 of us, and here's to the race to 500,000. I can't wait till we're sitting at 500,000 folks, and I don't think that's going to be very long. Who knows what can happen though? Things could slow down, but either way, we're on our way to 500,000, and it's 500,000 amazing people like you. So cheers, have a fantastic day today, and all the love, my friends.